What's up, everybody? I'm White Mike the Realist, the Mad Critic. That's the movie and dinner critic. Today we're going to be critiquing Houston's restaurant. So stay tuned after the intro. I'll be right back. White Mike, the realist. This beat make me go gorillas. Balenciaga, chinchillas. Use a lemon if you don't feel this. Banana kush, I'm high. Anyways, I'm back. I love that song. Anyways, by the way, it's a White Mike original. But anyways, Houston's. There's one located in Pasadena. There's also one located in Irvine. I choose the one in Irvine usually because I don't know, it's a little bit closer. Pasadena traffic can just be nuts up that 110 freeway, I'll tell you. Anyways, back to Houston's. When I come into Houston's, try to get reservations because they're usually pretty crowded, especially on the weekends. Even on the weekdays, you know, you might go in there, it might be a 15, 20-minute wait. But on the weekends, it's going to be an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, literally. So, and the bar seating, they're acting funny, so sometimes you can't even sit at the bar. Like bar seating is actually, you can actually reserve the bar, but you can't actually just walk up and order from the bar. You have to order from a cocktail waitress. There's a lot of negatives as far as like the hospitality there. They're so corporate and they won't let you really like get away with anything. It's kind of like you can't really have it your way. Kind of like Burger King, how you can have it your way. Hey, Houston's, I mean, you can get your steak cooked the way you want it cooked and this and that, but as far as like them letting you sit at the bar, they won't let you sit at the bar. You have to get in line to sit at the bar, which is, I don't know, if there's an open seat, jump on it. But anyways, back to their ambiance. Houston's is it's really sexy in there as far as like not quite a 5-star restaurant or whatnot, but to be honest with you, to be a chain the way it is, it's one of the better chains that you're gonna go to. I'll give it. It's like a 4-star restaurant, but I got to be honest with you, there's some of their food is absolutely amazing. But the drinks. I'm gonna go back to the Burger King statement. You can't have it your way. Like you literally can't go to the bar and just get what you want. They've got a menu, and then they've got their hard liquor that you could get, and or wine or beer. But you can't just make up a drink and they're gonna make it for you, or at least they're not supposed to. I mean, it's kind of weird. Like they don't have frozen cocktails. I don't even think they have mojitos because they don't carry mints or whatnot, which I feel like a bar at a restaurant should have any type of drink you can imagine, but they want to be so corporate and bougie to where they don't do that. They really won't cater to your means. One time we went there a little late and got a steak, and the steak was like so burnt, and it was like pink in the middle and burnt on the outside. We weren't trying to be rude. We were just wanted a steak because we love the steak, and they would not give us the steak the way we wanted it. I mean, I'm bringing that up now that I think about it. That was the one in Manhattan Beach. They closed down, maybe because the management was messed up, because they definitely should have got our steak right. You know, we sent it back, and they just literally came back and said, oh, we can't get your steak right. Like, what do you mean you can't get it right? You can't serve a medium well steak? I mean, that upset me. But I've been going to Houston so long, I'm not gonna take that off. But let's get back to the cocktails. They've kind of got this, once again, bougie style of drinks, like old fashions, whiskey type drinks, and you know, I'm kind of into like, I don't know, refreshing drinks, and they're not exactly a refreshing drink spot. They're kind of like a cigar slash drinks that you would smoke with a cigar or something. But I'm not trying to knock Houston's because I really do love Houston's. But back to the cocktails. I'm not super impressed with their cocktails. Their service, I'll tell you what, their service is really good in there. They really try to cater to you. If you empty your water glass or your soda glass, they're going to refill it as soon as they see it's empty. They're not going to, a lot of people won't walk by. It's their job for, even if you're not waiter or waitress, it's their job to make sure that your table's good, even if it's not their table, which I respect that for sure. They definitely get a thumbs up on that. Speaking of thumbs up, why don't you guys like and subscribe my channel right now? Once again, like and subscribe on my channel right now. And hey, share it if you want to share it. Okay, let's talk about the appetizers. Usually when I go in there, if we get an appetizer, which I generally don't, it's going to be the spinach dip.
because their spinach dip it's really good. It's definitely a good one of the better spinach dips you're gonna have. I'm not saying it's the best. I don't know who has the best spinach dip, but theirs is definitely up there as far as spinach dips goes. So food that I'm gonna order when I go in there. If it's lunchtime, I'm gonna go after a French dip. Their French dip is by far the best French dip. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, their French dip is an 11. Like honestly, it's that good. They use a really like a buttery French roll, but it's like almost like a croissant texture, but it's a French roll. It is so good, and they really pile on the beef on the French dip, and their au jus is really good also. So I'm gonna have to say that I'm gonna get their French dip, and that's like that's my favorite French dip out here. Period. You can't find a better French dip in my opinion. Okay, now let's go to dinner. What am I gonna get for dinner? I'm gonna start off with a traditional salad. That's it's an extra that you add onto your plate. But their buttermilk garlic on a scale of 1 to 10 is 100. Like it's. I first went in there 20 years ago, and I said, what do you have? Well, we've got honey mustard, we've got Italian, balsamic, buttermilk garlic, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you don't have like ranch or like I really like Thousand Island. You don't have one of those or whatever. Oh well, the buttermilk garlic is our staple. That's kind of like a ranch or whatever. You ought to try it. You're gonna like it. So I'm like, oh, that sucks. Anyways, they come out with this French roll that's like got like dripping with cheese and like oil and like parsley. And I promise you, it is the best cheese bread you're ever gonna have. So you kind of got to request it. They used to just give it to you, but now you got to request it. And I think you can actually buy it. You can buy a loaf of it now that I think about it. But they used to actually give it to you, but they've cut back on costs. So with the traditional salad, I get the buttermilk garlic, and let me tell you something about the buttermilk garlic. Different level. Once again, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's 100. It is not even close. There's not even a better salad dressing in America, and it's obvious I like Houston's, but I've got my bones to pick with Houston's, but I really like their buttermilk garlic. Jesus, the best. It is the best salad dressing in the world. At least in my opinion. My opinion only counts for myself and anybody who believes in me. So you might not like it, but I imagine that everybody that I've turned on to the buttermilk garlic always comes back and they're like, man, that is a good salad dressing. But anyways, their traditional salad used to be a big proportion, like proportion. It was good. It was pretty much a meal in itself. Now it comes on a side dish. I mean, come on, they're charging enough money for it to be an extra. You would think that they're going to give you a good portion, but they literally give you a small salad now, like on like a little 6-inch side dish. It's kind of pathetic, but it's still really good. But it's cool because their servings as far as the food goes are pretty good. But the croutons on the salad are to die for. Also, I'm not making this up. The croutons at Houston's are on a scale of 1 to 10, another 100. Like they're so good. It's like they take that French roll, their buttery French roll for the French roll, and they like season it in different flavors, and then they like fry it or whatever. And it's like the croutons will come out warm, and it's like French bread dipped with some oregano or Parmesan. I'm telling you, whatever they're doing to that, whatever they do with their salad, it's amazing. The fact that they made it a small 6-inch plate is pathetic. But other than that, their salad is to die for. On to the main course. My main course, I'm going to get a Hawaiian ribeye. Now, let me talk about the Hawaiian ribeye. It's the best tasting, inexpensive steak you'll ever get. When I say inexpensive, it's not a $100 steak. The meat, the actual cut that they use, it's not the most desirable, expensive steak. Like you can go across the street and get a better steak at one of these 5-star dining restaurants across the street. But as far as taste, you're not going to get a better taste at one of those 5-star dining restaurants. The Hawaiian ribeye literally tastes amazing. As far as for price, bang for your buck, you're just not going to have a better experience with a steak. And I usually get like a baked potato with cheese and bacon on it. They use nice, fresh, thick bacon, and the cheese is real thick, sharp cheddar. And their baked potatoes are really good. And Their Hawaiian ribeye is really good. Once again, on a scale of 1 to 10, for what it is, I mean, it's a 10. It's a 10. Now, other dishes I've had there, I've had the chicken, and it's pretty good too. I mean, their chicken is. They also serve ribs. Their ribs are okay. They're nothing special. They're just like their chicken. Their chicken's pretty good, but it's nothing special. I'm not bragging about that. I know people to have gotten the prime rib and they really like their prime rib. And I actually tasted. I'm not a prime rib guy at all, but it actually tastes pretty good. So basically, whenever you go into Houston's, expect a great ambiance. Don't expect them to cater to your needs. Like if you have to talk to the manager, be surprised if he doesn't tell you to F off. I mean, in so many words. He told us about our steak that one time, and he's like, I'm sorry, we can't do it the way you want it. It's just that simple. And I felt disgusted that he talked to me like that. But instead of blowing a head gasket, I kept it cool, and we just had to deal with it. But the person I was with was so upset, and it really ruined our night. And, thanks a lot, Houston's, for ruining my night that night. I didn't get none. Anyways, desserts. Check out their dessert menu. They have God, what is that thing? They have like some ice cream. I want to feel like it's a pecan pie and ice cream with caramel drizzle or something. I'll put it down in the edit, the exact name, but that'll put you to sleep. So if you're looking to do something after you go to Houston's and have a couple of drinks, don't get the dessert. Why? You're going to sleep. As soon as you get home, all the huggy, luggy, duggy, fluggy, ruggy, whatever you want to do is out the window because you're gonna hit the restroom, then you're gonna be hitting the bed, and you're gonna be going to sleep. So don't get the dessert because it's gonna put you to sleep. Anyways, I had to step away for a second and gather my thoughts on this one. Yeah, I have to rate this place, and to be honest with you, even though I've had some bad experiences at Houston's, I'm not going to let one or two bad experiences at Houston's affect my score. I have been to Houston at least 100 times. So, as far as cost at Houston's, they're not cheap, but they're not overly expensive. Like you can go in there with somebody and two cocktails a piece, full service, probably not an appetizer and a dessert or whatever, but like I said, the salad is an appetizer, the drinks are an appetizer, and you can get out of there with a good tip for under $250. So I mean that's a lot of money to some people, but when you're going to places like Houston's, it's not too bad. Back to the back to the ranking this place. The steak could be a better cut. The flavors in the steak are like immaculate. Love the salad, love the dressing, the croutons, the cheese bread. The drinks are okay, but because the drinks you can't really get just any drink you want, and because the steak cut could be better, I'm gonna give this place the keys to my Ferrari. That is a 9. I'm gonna give this place a 9. Had it had a better cut of steak and possibly better drink selection, it's gonna get a 10. But the ambiance is beautiful, and when you go in that place, you really feel like you're in an expensive place. And to be honest with you, it's really not that expensive, because an expensive place for the same stuff, you'd end up spending another $100. But anyways, I'm White Mike the Realist. Be sure to like and subscribe now, if you would, please. Anyways, peace.
Pull up, hop out, ooh wee, them chicks out. Under boobs, what it do? You only gonna attract us horny dudes. Oh yeah, well that's my cue. And you know what I'm thinking? Baby, what you drinking? You want a Mai Tai? Then I'll buy. I'm confident, cause I'm that guy. We got the VIP with the bottle service. Hold my hand, boo, don't be nervous. They just some homies, say we're your friends. They ain't gotta be perfect 10s.